Hello and welcome. This is Sahara playing Starfield, and we are still doing the Ryujin quest line. Oh my gosh, I just want this to get over with. So we are currently doing executive level. So it's time to lobby the board members. Masako will vote to acquire Infinity Ltd. and said I'll need at least half of the votes to secure success. If I have strong feelings against the internal neuroamp, this would be my opportunity to get further research shut down. And I do have. So I have to lobby 7 board members. So I have to either say yay for the internal neuroamp or no, or yay for buying Infinity or no. Obviously, Masako is yay for both these. But I'm supposed to use my neuroamp on them. So that's what's not. I'm not liking that. And I don't know how this is going to go. This whole quest has been hinky. So here we go. This is Alexis.
If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
So, I heard you're not a fan of acquiring Infinity Ltd. I'm just here to ensure you make the right decision at the meeting. Masako would really appreciate it if you could back her on acquiring Infinity Ltd. I'm making sure my best interests are met. I heard you're not a fan of acquiring Infinity Ltd. I suppose I should have of course I'm supposed to use my amp on her, right? And not my diplomacy or my persuasion.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations.
So, when am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do it before we have our meeting? Maybe the leader of Constellation could help change your mind. You're right. The burden of all departments would be too extreme. Now, I just happened to bring Sarah with me. I didn't realize she would have any input onto this. What are the details of why you don't want to acquire Infinity Ltd?
I can guarantee that Infinity Ltd. Was up to more than just the current charges.
Oh, I'm sure.
The process of finding and following up on all those threads won't be easy. I refuse to be blindsided by another corporation's past, so this is going to take a lot of time and patience.
Well, the burden for all departments would be too extreme. Let's Sarah pipe in here.
I'm not sure how the leader of an exploration club would change my mind. I appreciate the flattery. And what sort of benefits do you see in a risk like this? I see now where your experience comes into play. From a financial and marketing viewpoint, you're right. And maybe I'm being more than a little selfish by focusing on my own department. And you're right. My legal team is more than prepared to handle any surprise situations that might crop up.
She didn't even talk. So what happened? The internal neuroamp would make handling any situation a breeze. If you want a real legal nightmare, I'd say the internal neuroamp fits the bill. I'm curious about your thoughts on the internal neuroamp. Have you been preparing for having the internal neuroamp on the open market? I'm curious about your thoughts.
Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent.
I agree.
First off, if I find out you use that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
I couldn't agree more. It should be completely banned from the settled systems.
With people, okay, agreed. The internal neuroamp never should have seen the light of day. Is there anything positive you can think of about the internal neuroamp? Yeah.
Tech like this only has good applications when you have complete control over who uses it.
Yeah, I agree.
Once that tech hits a market, open or private, that control is gone. And not only that, the tech is out there to be advanced or modified by anyone who might get their hands on it.
Agreed. The internal neuroamp never should have seen the light of day. With proper legal guidance, the applications for the internal neuroamp are endless. No, I agree. I don't want it out there. I don't want to find out that I'm being manipulated.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
So I'm going to say nay. Nay for the internal neuroamp. And oh, that's because you were out there. Sarah, I should have waited for you. I didn't realize you were going to have anything to say. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Which is taking me where? Over here. I don't think I have to do them in order. Do I? Oh, you're sitting here. Okay. And this is Bina. She is head of R&D. She's going to say yes to the internal neuroamp. So what if I do the manipulation on her? This isn't attempt failed. Okay, so it didn't work with her.
And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
I feel great, no side effects as far as I can tell. I'm not here to talk about my health. Now I'm used to waking up in strange places. Are those actual side effects?
What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical.
Well, I'm not here to talk about my health.
Oh, well, at least tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
This internal neuroamp changes everything, Benna. You're going to be famous. This tech is dangerous. No one should have this sort of power. Just another useless thing rattling around in my head. I think it's dangerous.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying.
This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
Well, you're a scientist. Hear me out. Just look at it from every angle. If fame is more important than morals, that's on you. I'm going to ask that all research be shelved in the meeting. Do you really not see the downside of this device at all?
Of course I do. But there are amazing things Dominion can be used for, too. Humanity has always created dangers, and we've always policed them as well. The internal neuroamp will be no different. It just needs to find its place.
Well, the name Dominion is what puts everybody on edge. If fame is more important than morals, that's on you.
I didn't get into science and engineering to have moral debates with myself. I got into it for the discoveries and to share those discoveries with the galaxy. I leave it up to everyone else to determine what to do with them. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
Research message. There's bound to be something inspiring or new in their research. If we acquire them, it will be fun to see how they tried to recreate your work. You should vote against acquiring Infinity Ltd. Their research only serves as an example of what not to do. I think there's bound to be something inspiring.
That's what I'm hoping for. They may be the underdog, but that doesn't mean they don't have a brilliant mind or two.
Yep.
Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
Okay. So, this is...
You're looking interesting today.
Am I looking interesting today? Manipulation attempt failed. See, it doesn't work.
Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Well, I'm happy to help answer any questions you might have. Good. I wanted to speak to you about the meeting as well. I think I'm hardly qualified to help make board meeting decisions. No, I'm not. That's because I really am the best source available. No, I think I'm hardly qualified to help make board meeting decisions.
I don't care about your qualifications. I'm only interested in your opinions based on your first-hand experience. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd. Throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
Well, of course. If we can save the jobs of thousands of people, we should do it. Infinity is filled with incompetent workers. Taking them on is a liability we don't need. What makes you think I actually had contact with enough of them to know?
You can tell a lot by just looking at a workspace or simply observing a person in their business environment. Perhaps I mistakenly assumed that as an operative here, observation was a talent of yours.
No, boy, don't get snarky with me. Yep, we can save their jobs. Thousands of people should do it. Yep.
Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic, which is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part.
Well, we'd be getting employees on Infinity's cheaper salary members. Fine, just screw thousands out of a job. I'm not sure why I even thought you'd care. You have the opportunity to do some good here. Why not take it? Sounds like you already made your decision, so why even ask me? Well, we'd be getting employees on Infinity's cheaper salary numbers. Yeah?
This is true.
Ooh, she disliked that.
Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
Well, I think it was well handled. It proves how capable Masako is at handling any situation. It was sloppy anymore. Any mole never should have been possible in the first place. We caught the mole, so I'd say it was a success. I think they handled it very well.
And why do you feel it was well handled? Please note I'm not disagreeing. I just want to know the why behind your statement.
Well, Masako and Dalton already had a plan in place to uncover the mole, and it worked. Masako remained cool and stuck to a plan. Prematurely releasing this information would only cause panic, because they didn't immediately panic as soon as the problem was brought forward. They already had a plan in place, yep.
Being prepared for anything is a great asset, one that Masako excels at. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
Well, the internal neuroamp. Tech like that is dangerous and should be banned. What are your thoughts on the internal neuroamp?
It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future.
Well, I think it's dangerous.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one.
What?
Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales.
What? And when a rival discovers how to override it, we'll have pure chaos on our hands. Fine. Once the lawsuits hit, you'll be drowning in compensation payouts. Can you guarantee all of your employees can afford one? It's the money here that's going to... Yeah, once the lawsuits hit, yep.
It's possible. But with Alexis and Genevieve driving the restrictions and presentation of such a product, it's also highly unlikely. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
I'm not going to get enough to go against the internal neuroamp. Damn. Damn.
I appreciate your time.
I went after the money aspect thinking that's what would sway him. I should have manipulated him instead. Well, you know it's going to go through no matter what. Yeah. I know I think Dalton's part of the board members too, right? Oh, you're the evil. You're the evil one. Oop. Hit the wrong button.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work.
Well, if you acquired Infinity Ltd, you'd save jobs. It's good public perception. Infinity Ltd doesn't deserve to be part of the Ryujin family. It should be shut down. I feel like you just want to be difficult. Yeah.
If I wanted to be difficult, I could make this much harder on you. But no, this is more than just some petty ploy. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished.
Well, Masako is a better CEO than you'll ever be. I'm not using the internal neuroamp on anyone. It's too dangerous. You're all way too eager to use the neuroamp on one another. Yeah.
Oh? Your response tells me Masako must have given you similar advice. It'd be unlike her to not fully exploit an advantage, especially when she believes acquiring Infinity is the right thing to do.
Well, listen to reason. You know acquiring Infinity is the right choice. Taking on Infinity would be a huge liability, so I could care less about Infinity. They're not my problem. It's heartless to let Infinity die when you know there are benefits to acquiring them. Why are you so against acquiring Infinity?
The corporate world will hear SSNN's story and believe Ryujin exposed Infinity because they stole from us. It sends a strong message. But acquiring Infinity could be interpreted as a safety net. Infinity tried to screw us over, yet they still survived. We need to be sending a much stronger message. If you mess with Ryujin, we'll shut you down. Period.
Wow. Taking on Infinity would be a huge liability, so I'm with you. It's heartless to let Infinity die when you know there are benefits to acquiring them. Just not going to care about that. You know acquiring Infinity is the right choice.
Well, it does make Ryujin look good. And we do gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting.
Speaking of, I plan on bringing up the internal neural amp as an issue in the meeting. With the internal neural amp, best interests don't matter. It can guarantee success. I agree. I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome. An interesting meet. Well, speaking of, I plan on bringing up the internal as an issue in the meeting.
An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down.
Well, the internal neural amp is dangerous. That tech only spells trouble for Ryujin's future. If you really cared about Ryujin's best interests, you'd vote to shut it down. Do you really think the good aspects of the internal neural amp outweigh the bad? Of course she does. If you really cared about Ryujin, yeah.
Please. Ryujin's best interests are long-term success and growing profits. The internal neural amp provides both. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
So basically, this wasn't about the neural amp. It was more about convincing them to acquire Infinity. So we came upstairs and then to go back downstairs. Really? I know one of them is Dalton. So what do you think, Dalton?
This meeting should prove to be very interesting.
That's what everyone keeps saying.
I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
I was told to use the internal neuroamp to make sure the board votes to acquire Infinity. Yes, but I refuse to use the internal neuroamp to ensure votes to acquire Infinity. Yeah, Masako wants me to guarantee that the votes go her way. I'm the one she's trusting to make things happen. Yeah, that the votes go her way.
With that internal neuroamp, no doubt.
Yep.
Indeed. That technology shouldn't be used for such nefarious purposes, or in fact, any purposes at all.
If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago.
Yeah.
I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
Project Dominion is essential to futures. No, we saw firsthand how dangerous that tech is. It should never go to market. So you were against Project Dominion from the start?
Completely. I understand the success it can bring for the corporation, but my only concern here is security.
Which is your job,
It's not
yep.
that the board majority fails to see the dangers. It's that they believe we can overcome them. That hubris could easily bring this corporation down one day. I only hope it won't be on my watch.
Sorry, but it's going to be. So don't tell me you actually disagree with Masako on something.
It's not often, but yes. And I'm not the only board member that initially voted against moving forward with the research.
Yeah, I know. So we saw firsthand how dangerous, yep.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd., we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
Well, then vote against Infinity. I'm with you. No, the acquisition is worth the work. I know your team can handle it. Do you think this is the right time to acquire Infinity?
Well, the timing could be better, but I don't feel strongly one way or another about the acquisition. We've gone through our fair share in the past, and this one would be no different. If Masako wishes to bring Infinity into the fold, I will not stand against it.
Well, the acquisition is worth the work.
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd. is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I'm not going to have enough. Because it's 4 right now. It's 4 yes and 2 no, and I have 2 more to do, and Masako has the deciding factor. So even if I get 2 more to go no for the internal neuroamp, she's got the final vote. So yeah, it's not going to go. Sorry, Sarah. I agree. Maybe I could have handled it different, but I don't think it was meant to. And this is Genevieve. All operatives are going to think it's a great idea.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Maybe. That depends on whose side you're on. I didn't realize there were sides to take. I'm here on my own. Why would you think Masako sent me?
Because that's what I do. You want something in this business? You don't pull any punches. The only real question is just how persuasive she asked you to be.
Well, I didn't realize there were sides to take. Yeah, it depends on whose side you're on.
Well, you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd. while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
Well, it's free now, but it will leave. Coming to the rescue of all those innocent workers will really work good for us. What's the benefit of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Infinity is that sad company in distress with thousands of employees terrified of their futures right now. We are the warm embrace of security coming to rescue them.
Not all of them, though. There must be a downside to acquiring Infinity, so what is it?
The only downsides are the unknowns. Lyndon and Alexis are going to have a lot on their hands. Not that I'm getting off easy. Whatever they find, if it hits the public, that's going to fall on my shoulders too.
Well, coming to the rescue of all those innocent workers are going to look really good in the public eye.
I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year.
At least a year. You know, if you really want to keep Ryujin in the public's good graces, there's one big thing to consider. I'm actually here to discuss more than just Infinity. You have bigger things to think about than Infinity when it comes to the future. Is the public all you actually care about? Of course.
The consumer is our lifeblood. So capturing their wants and desires, of course it's all I care about. I'm sure I wouldn't be in this position today if it wasn't.
Well, then the public is not going to want this internal neuroamp. Yeah, there's one big thing to consider.
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it.
The internal neuroamp, that research should be banned. We should be exploiting. Nope. The internal neuroamp is a game changer, but it needs strict guidance. Have you considered just how powerful the internal neuroamp is?
Of course, which is why I know it requires some very delicate handling. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper restrictions and regulations in place to have a marketable product. We do it every day with weapons we arm ourselves and our ships with.
Well, I think the research should be banned.
The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech. With Ryujin at the forefront, it's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
Well, you'll never be able to fight off the amount of moral backlash. There's no way you could reveal tech like this and keep the public's favor. Do you really think a product that can manipulate unknowing citizens will be accepted by the public? There's no way you could reveal tech like this and keep the public's favor. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of moral backlash.
You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
So, Sarah likes it when I say acquire infinity, but she doesn't like it sometimes when I say ban the neuroamp. Maybe it's because of the manipulation factor? I don't know. But I wasn't using my neuroamp. Oh, so we're done. Okay, so I didn't get them all. I can't wait for the bitch to get fired. We're waiting for who? We're okay.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Our intention to purchase Infinity Ltd would put the employees' minds at ease. The announcement would garner public faith in Ryujin. We should act now before a competitor beats us to it. Masako hasn't steered you wrong yet. I trust her judgment. Our intention to purchase it, would put the employees' minds at ease.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
And you're gonna be gone, bitch.
And Infinity Ltd's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments? None? Excellent. Moving on, then.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Masako, the issue obviously starts at the top.
Bitch.
In fact, I propose that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
Nope.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
We only lied about Imogene so Yoralo would incriminate herself. Imogene was just another victim. She set her up. Imogene is innocent. She played a vital role in helping expose. So we had to lie to get a job done. I'm sure you're all familiar with those methods. Yeah, you are. Imogene was just another victim.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're
fired!
Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
Nope.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Exactly. You're finished here. Enjoy unemployment. You're going away for a long time. Enjoy unemployment.
Security. Escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
Do we get to kill her in the future?
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
I believe our internal neuroamp needs to be shelved. The internal neuroamp is too dangerous to market. I moved to postpone production on the internal neuroamp. Yeah, it's too dangerous to market.
The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
Because it takes away a person's free will. It's not right. The moment the public learns about it, no one will trust anyone anymore, especially Ryujin. The internal neuroamp is basically a mind control device. It should be banned. There are too many moral repercussions that need answers before it's safe to market. Yeah, I think the trust is where... I don't think they're going to care about the moral repercussions. This whole company is nothing but snakes, right? It's the public interest that they want, that they're trying to get.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Yep.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
We'll start up discussions on how to handle Project Dominion in the future. In the meantime, at least the only person to have one is our own operative. Internal neuroamp research will continue. The dangers have been noted. And don't worry, I'm certain between Alexis and Genevieve, any legal or moral issues will be taken care of by the time it goes to market. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
Okay, talk to Masako. She's not going to be happy. That's too bad. Your company is sleazy. Bye, guys. Sorry, Bina. Sorry. That was a bad idea you had.
So, Infinity Ltd. learned a lesson the hard way, and we exposed the traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
Have I really? If that's your way of saying thank you, you're welcome. I was only doing my job. Thank you. That's quite a compliment coming from Ryujin's CEO. I hope this means I'll be getting a raise. No, that's a compliment.
It's well earned and deserved. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
Yes, I'm proud of you as well. Ularu needed to be brought down. If you wouldn't have stopped her, who knows what she would have done next.
It was nothing I'm not used to. Whatever it takes to keep Ryujin on top, no pressure at all. These are the types of jobs I live for. How often does Ryujin have someone turn against the company?
Not often, and certainly not to this degree.
This higher up in level
we have
either.
The occasional employee consider selling information, but thanks to our security and operations teams, we always catch them before any damage can be done. This was the first time anyone from either department was involved.
It was nothing I'm not used to. Whatever it takes to keep no pressure at all. These are the types of jobs I live for. No, they aren't the types of jobs I like. It was nothing. It was nothing I'm not used to.
Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
That's an understatement, thank you. I'm not sure the job is really for me. Give me the details on my new position.
As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
So, I got 84...
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Oh no. Okay. Yes, Sarah. I also need to talk to Imogene.
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all.
I'm glad I had her with me.
Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
Oh, now they all want to talk to me. Not all corporations are as immoral as you make them out to be. That's understandable. Not everyone's cut out for the business world. I couldn't agree more. It's disgusting. Which way of life is that?
The moral ambiguity, the deceit, the avarice. Megacorporations seem to exude a complete disregard for common human decency.
They do. Not all corporations are as immoral as you make them out to be. That's understandable. Not everyone's cut out for business. Not all corporations are as immoral, but there's levels, there's degrees, right? There's level of degrees. I mean, I worked for American Enterprise for many years because they acquired the company that I worked for, the insurance company I worked for all my life. And they weren't immoral, but still, I mean, there's just levels, degrees of levels of immorality. I have to say, not all corporations are as immoral as you make them out to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew she wasn't going to like that.
Let's examine that statement a bit more closely, shall we? Take what Ryujin's doing, for example.
But that was Ryujin.
Based on your recommendation, they'll be continuing their work on the neuroamp technology.
Not my recommendation.
How exactly does that absolve them from their immorality?
No. I didn't. That technology will keep Ryujin. I don't need your approval. Why does this neuroamp technology... I didn't agree with it. I don't understand how she thought I was agreeing with it at all. I never agreed with it. I was trying to get everyone to go against it. What the hell, Sarah? Did you totally misread everything? You misread the whole room. Why does the technology anger you so much?
You mean, other than the fact that it can turn a free-willed human being into a mindless automaton? For you to even ask me that question means you're completely blind to the implications of that horrid device.
But I was against it. I'm thinking the game was set up for everyone to go for the neuroamp. And if you went against it, then you get this kind of shit here, this shit show. That's it. That totally doesn't make any sense to what I was doing. Yeah. Bad writing. That technology will keep employees' jobs secure for years to come. It does provide a non-lethal way to stop your enemy.
When used properly, yes. But imagine that technology in the wrong hands. Imagine the awful things you could force people to do. It's almost too horrible to contemplate.
In my mind, the good outweighs the bad. I hadn't thought about the way. I'm sorry, Sarah. I should have thought of the... What sort of awful things? See, I shouldn't have to say I'm sorry because this is not how I wanted it to go. I was trying to get everyone to go against the neuroamp. Wow, this is pissing me off. This is pissing me off. This whole quest line was horrible to begin with all the sneaking and crap, and now I'm being accused of wanting the neuroamp? Yeah, pissed off player right here. I'm going to have to say, I don't want to say I'm sorry because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong again. Ugh.
I suppose I can't completely blame you for that. I'm sure they dazzled you with its advantages.
Oh my God, bitch.
Perhaps next time you'll consider the consequences before buying into that corporate rubbish.
Wow, that is not at all. Not at all. So I need to already talk to Masako. Are we done then? Is the faction quest done? I believe they are. Yes, these are all the ones that are done. Okay. But I did have some activities that pop in. One of them was talk to Imogene. So let's go talk to her since I'm here. Wow. Wow. And I'm going to yell that from my other party members now too, because somehow this game mistook everything I did and said and turned it against me. Yeah. Welcome back, Imogene. I'm mad at you, Sarah. Go away. Well, I thought Imogene would be... Where's she at? Well, it's telling me to come here. Okay. Game? Really? Ugh. I think I went... No. That's right, she's over here.
Oh, I can't imagine being forced to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
Okay, Imogene.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
Whatever Ryujin needs. It's good to see you back in the office, Imogene. I'm ready to get back to it. After all that, I'm not sure anything you could hold my interest. Really? Right back to work?
Of course. If you think anyone here believes in downtime, forget it.
Well, it's good to see you back.
And I'd say it's good to be back if I hadn't returned to a mountain of paperwork. Now, since you were new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
Well, that makes your job a lot easier, so I don't get to deal with you anymore. What kind of assignments are these?
Nothing you aren't already familiar with. You experienced the majority of what we do here during your training, if you recall. Uploading a few files, manipulating a narrative or two, obtaining schematics, it's just more of the same.
So I don't get to deal with you anymore.
No, but try to see that as an improvement, since I certainly do. The mission board is more efficient for both of us.
Well, that makes your job a lot easier.
I wish. Assignment approval isn't exactly riveting work. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course.
Okay, thanks, Imogene. I'll see you around. I've always made my own hours. Can I access the mission board outside of Ryujin Tower?
No, only within the tower. The security risk would be far too much to allow access to that data in a public space.
Well, I'll see you around.
You certainly will. Go check out the board. And if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy. Just for you.
Okay, examine the mission board.
If I have to read one more report.
So what's it like being back after everything you've been through?
It's a relief. I'll take my desk job over being on the run any day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was lucky enough to have plenty of connections and favors to abuse in my situation. We'll see how many of those favors come back to haunt me later.
What if I don't want to do these mission board assignments?
If you don't want to earn credits, that's up to you. But I can understand how lackluster they may seem after what you've pulled off.
Can you give me more details on the mission board?
The mission board is where you receive your assignments from now on. Well, with the exception of the occasional special request from Masako.
Okay. So I'm going to get special requests.
April, I finished that research you needed done. Everything's right here.
I'll be the judge of that.
Let's go check out that mission board. It's been what I've been dying to get to for a while.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
By next week.
Glad to hear.
The mission board is here.
I'll put in a good word for you.
So where's it trying to take me? Over here.
If Alexis asks about me, I am not here.
Oh, this must be my office. I see. Okay. Oh, I got stuff in here. Digipics. Yeah, what do you think of my new office, Easy? What is this? Come on. Oh, I don't use that. Anti-personnel, so it's an energy gun. Not very good. Alright, let's check out the mission board. Are you tired, Sarah? After chewing me out? So, hack trade tower. Software, sabotage Hope Tech. We already did that, didn't we? Plant an arc device at Hope Tech as usual. Don't get caught. Find evidence at trade towers. Strad X. No. Plant incriminating evidence in the data storage unit in trade tower. Upload the supplied programmatic computer in trade tower. Xenofresh Fishers. Yeah, I just can't see doing these. No. So I got my own office, I got my own mission board, and you know what? I'm probably never going to do it because I don't like this company. But I'm going to close this down, and I'm going to go back to doing some powers. We need to get the main quest going. So if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.